Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Chaffin, author of a lot of books and knower of things. At least I assume so. And today, you're going to be tortured right along with me as we look at editing. Oh yeah. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna be one of those people who are like, editing is fun, yay! Some people editing is really fun for, and that's awesome. If you're one of those people, hold on to that, because you're like one of the only people. And see, it's weird too, because I love editing for other people. I love being like, oh my gosh, we can make this into a brilliant thing, just look cool and all that. And then like, you know, they're like, oh my god, that's so cool, I never noticed that. And I'm like, yes indeed, I'm so glad I helped you. But when it comes to my own stuff, I'm just like, like a dying goat or something like that. Oh, I do not like it at all. However, I have come up with this like little process thing that has helped me edit my books better, if that makes sense. And yes, so I want to share that with you. This isn't a video about saying, these are the different types of editing, and this is what you should do if you are doing this. It's more along the lines of, this is what I'm doing for my current novel, and it seems to be working for me. So, you know, might work for you, maybe. No promises. So in this video, I'm just gonna take you through the process of how I'm doing it for Pryde and how I'm gonna do it for all my other books and all that loveliness. And what I have found to not necessarily be a shortcut, but something along those lines. Like, it's still hard work because you still have to do work, but yes. Now, before we get into this, let me just say that there is a difference for me, at least, between rewriting and editing. With rewriting anything, it's you have already written stuff, whether a few scenes, whether a whole novel or anything like that, and you're just going over and rewriting and making it even better. Like, you know your story is here and it sucks. It's like, this is first draft, and you're trying to get it up here to like second, third draft, maybe a seventh draft if you're me. Don't ask. Long story. I'll tell y'all later. But yeah, so that's what rewriting is to me, where you're actually fully rewriting your story or even partially rewriting it, but trying to make it better, where it's not just, hey, develop it a little bit here, a little bit there, you're good. No. It's like, let's go into, we need to redo all of this. Kind of like when you just messed up your first cosplay and you know it looks like crap, so you're gonna redo it even though it took you a very long time the first time, but you're gonna do it because you love cosplay and you love torturing yourself. Oh my gosh. So that's what rewriting is to me. Editing is different for me, at least. Editing is where you have rewritten a lot of times, or hey, maybe you're one of those special people who have never had to rewrite anything. Tell me if you're one of those people. I really want to know, just like, I want to know the secret. How do you only do it in like 2 drafts? Come on, tell me, because it takes me like forever. So, but editing is where you're going over the full story and you might have to change like, kind of like a medium type, you know, this is rewriting right here, and this is editing right here. And you're just making sure everything fits in, everything's good, or you're making sure everything is proofread right before it goes off to the printers and all that. So yeah, that's editing to me. Editing has a lot of little bits, you know, developmental editing, line editing, copy editing, proofreading. The list goes on and on and on. Some people like switch up the definitions of these. So if you really want to know all those, I'm not gonna tell you. And everyone knows what proofreading is. That's when you finally go through everything and goes, hey, there's a comma missing, or hey, you need to put a period here, or hey, that is not how you spell unambiguous. That's also not how you say it, but let's pretend you say it that way. So with that in mind, I'm gonna show you all how I edit when it comes to before, during, and after the editing process, if that even makes sense. Yay, let's go. Whoa. Okay, I made it to the right place. Yeah. Don't you love my setup? Yeah? No? Nah, I think you'll like it. First things first. You need to actually write your book. and you need to rewrite it and make sure it's good for editing. Don't give me this crap about, oh, Liz, it's perfect the way it is. I mean, just look at it. It's gorgeous. Because if it was gorgeous, you wouldn't need an editor. You wouldn't need to edit anything at all. And you would have perfect grammar and spelling. So don't give me this crap. No. I am surely definitely not talking about myself here. Now. You need to get your book to that point where it's not just a first draft and it's not just ideas meshed together. You need to get it up here where your editor or whoever you work with goes up here, right? Just saying. And during this time, you may actually have people helping you get it to that point where you don't have to rewrite large portions of it. You know, there are beta readers, there are friends and family who actually will be honest with you and know something about, you know, stories and all that. It's not just one of your friends who's honest but never opens a book. No. It has to be a friend who reads a lot, or at least reads a lot in your genre, and will be totally, completely honest with you. You don't need a person like, oh, it's lovely, dear. Happy birthday. No, you need someone who's like, okay, I love this character. It's great. This one's a piece of crap though. And not just because they're the villain. They're just like, literally, there's no reason why I should hate them. Except for, you know, they're lame. So when you have someone like that, also called my sister-in-law, you kind of need them. They're your best friends, and they will tell you the truth, which you kind of want to just smack them for, but you also know that they're being honest. And just know, whether beta readers, whether, you know, your sister-in-law, whether anyone you get to help you, they're being honest. It's their opinion, so you don't have to take it unless you want to. But don't be the type of author who's like, I'm better than everyone. Because that's not going to get you anywhere, and it's going to be a piece of crap if you do that. Even if it was the best story on earth, just your attitude will soil it. And not the good kind of soil that gives you tomatoes. No, the bad kind of soil, like the toilet. So when you do get into the editing phase, there's a few things you can do for yourself before you kind of need someone else to help you with it. Of course, you can always pay someone to do this as well. You know, it's all up to you. All up to you. So what I did for Pryde was I made a list of all the common words that I know that all authors try to use, or at least most authors, right? For example, fanboys. And no, I'm not talking about like fanboys like, oh my God, you're so great, and I'm a boy. You know, not those fanboys. I'm talking about fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. I had to think about it. Those words are very commonly used. And they're not necessarily bad things to have in your story. But if you're like me and you always have the word but come up, yeah, you kind of need to just go and be like, okay, what could be better? Other words also include stuff like could, would, should, can, was, had, has, have, had. Wait, oh no, I already said that. And the like. So, especially could. Could was mine. So what I did is I made a list on my phone with, you know, all little notes, like, these are the words I need to check. And I went into my document, and all the chapters were there. I already put all the chapters there. And I just did control find, and I found them all, and I just read the sentences. Like, does this make sense? Can I cut it? Can I use something else? And I have so many examples that I might even show you right now. Pro tip, if you're looking for something like as or anything like that, go into find and make sure you do whole words only. So when you type in as, you don't have a lot of them come up that have as in it. You actually just have the word as come up for you. Also look for ly words and ing words. These can be your crutch, especially if you're actually writing in the past tense and you're like, she said, bringing him the note. It's like, no. You can just rewrite that as, she brought him the note. Not that hard, y'all. Actually, sometimes it is that hard when you don't even notice, and then you go back and you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I did that? Well. And to add to that, you need to make sure the words that are specific to your book are written correctly, are used correctly, and all that. So, for example, in Pryde, there's the Trade, a human trafficking ring done by vampires and the Royal Fae. Oh yeah. And so I wanted to capitalize trade every time it came up. Now, if it was a word like, I'm going to trade you my Pokemon cards for your Digimon cards, I'm not going to capitalize that one, but I still had to look them up because, trade is a word that you can use. So anytime the word trade or tradesman came up and it was referring to the trade, I capitalized it. And there were actually instances where I didn't do that, even though I've been over this book multiple times. Why? Also words like mistress, a very powerful vampire, Mistress Phoebe. And so I wanted her title to be capitalized even if her name wasn't attached to it. So I went through there. I was actually really good on this one. There was only like one or two that needed to be capitalized, right? And to go along with that, anytime I would touch one of these words, I would put the number I had before and the number I had after. And it was pretty cool seeing some of them go like way down. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Now, after finishing the entirety of this list, I go back and reread my entire novel. How do I do that? Not with my eyeballs. Okay, that sounded weird. What I do is I use the text-to-speech feature on my computer, and I actually have the computer read it back to me. And having it like this, because I'm not just gonna hold someone hostage and make them read it back to me. Maybe. And even though the computer can mess up on some words like Lavanya and Sadiq, two of the main characters, I kind of know it's gonna happen, so, it doesn't bother me anymore. However, it does help me get through my book faster than just me reading it, or me reading it aloud. And I actually pick up on some stuff I might have missed because someone else is reading it back to me. So good. And after that's done, and even after the editing is done, I tend to put it through some spell checkers because I'm very paranoid about that stuff. I don't know why. It's probably because I'm an English teacher. And then that's when I feel like it's completely polished and I can give it to ARC readers and anyone else who loves books and all of that. And now the question comes, rewind just a little bit to the editor part. What do editor? I believe that even if you are an editor yourself, when it comes to your own work, you need that extra set of eyes. Beyond beta readers and someone who has the experience working with stuff. Yeah, that's a good word, Liz. Stuff. Very good word. Really? Thesaurus it. Goodness gracious. But you do need an extra set of eyes. You need another person to come in, whether you have them developmental edit stuff where it's like, okay, these two characters act just alike. You could make them one character. Just saying. Or have someone copy edit it where they're like, okay, the flow of the sentence, not too good. No. You could do it like this and make so much more sense. Or have someone proofread it. Be like, so you do know how to spell the word alligator, right? Just asking. Side tip, don't worry if you have sucky grammar and language skills. It's okay. It's okay to suck at spelling. In fact, most people do. The only reason why I'm very good at it is because that's like kind of where I excel at, because I have no idea. I really don't. I don't even think it's because I read a lot of books. It's just a thing. It's a thing with me. So, yeah. But if you are one of those people who isn't really good at it, don't worry. You're good. You're good. You need that extra help, so get a good proofreader. You're gonna be okay. But all in all, you need to find another set of eyes to help you. And, you could just go all over the internet trying to find a really good editor, or you could hire me. What? That's right. If you are in need of affordable editing tailored to your specific needs, check out my website. Oh yeah. I'm launching an editing business that takes your personal struggles and your wallet into consideration. See, most editors are very expensive. Many book editors will cost you thousands of dollars, especially if you write fantasy or if you go over a specific word limit. Not with me. No, I will not do that to you. So, if your funds are tight or you just want to get that nice tailored experience, contact me today at www.ianchaffin.com/editing services. That's right, just go to www.ianchaffin.com ianchaffin.com/editing services. I'm booking right now for April 1st, no joke, all the way till the end of the year. So, oh yeah. Don't you love how I snuck that in? I'm just saying, like, I know I was suave, but I think I'm more suave now. No? What do you mean no? What? So with that, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope your editing goes, like, really nice. If you need someone to help you edit, sup, right here. And I hope you all check out Pryde when it comes out. And hey, if you want to support me and you don't need an edit, you could totally, like, subscribe or whatever. That's a thing. I'm pretty sure you all know what it is. But just reminding you. And I want to give a big thank you to Laura A. Grace. Thank you, Laura A. Grace, for watching. And I'll see y'all later, alligators. Bye-bye. Oh, it's so weird doing this. You know how many words I've written that have, like, the word "and" in them? I didn't even know. It's like, what? That's right. If you are in need of affordable editing... That's right. If you are in need of affordable editing that is tailored to your specific needs, hook me up.